Air Force have not made any comment, but there was an initial reaction from the Ukrainian military saying that this aircraft, which is an Il-76, was carrying parts for the ballistic missile systems X-200 or S-200 or S-400, and the Ukrainian side, at the official level anyway, have neither confirmed nor denied this information coming from the Russians, saying that the plane was in fact carrying Ukrainian prisoners of war who were being transported for some kind of prisoner exchange. We wouldn't know if there was a prisoner exchange scheduled or anything, because these are not announced in advance. The Russians are also claiming now, at least some Russian media are saying, that there was another plane that made a hasty turnaround to avoid being shot down, that was also carrying Ukrainian prisoners of war, and the Russians are claiming that they saved the Ukrainian prisoners of war's life in this way from the Ukrainians who are shooting these planes down. None of this can be confirmed for the moment. The Russians have not provided any evidence at this stage about who was on board the plane. The only thing that we can be absolutely sure of is that the plane definitely did come down. That can clearly be seen in video of Belgorod, posted by amateur Russian video makers onto Telegram.
Gulliver, this crash comes just a day after a new wave of Russian strikes on Ukraine. Tell us more about that.
Well, yesterday, it was exactly these kinds of ballistic missile systems that were used to target Kharkiv and Kyiv. And they pose a big problem for the Ukrainian air defenses, because the missiles that fly on a ballistic trajectory are extremely hard to shoot down. It's not the same as the cruise missiles or the drones, which the Ukrainian air defenses have a very good record of shooting down. So it may well be that the Ukrainians were trying to target a Russian plane that was carrying these kinds of systems. We just don't know at the moment whether or not the Ukrainians made a terrible mistake and there really were people on board the plane, or whether the Russians were lying. But it's certainly the case that Ukraine is trying to strike at the systems that can fire these missiles in Russia and anything that's transporting the rockets that are used, because they want to stop the Russians firing these missiles at their cities.
Gulliver, thank you for that. Gulliver Craig there reporting for us on the very latest on that Russian plane crash that had 74 people on board.